Tonight, find out how students can make Troy a safer campus.
Plus, organizations pay tribute to our veterans. Stay tuned. TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision Nightly News for November 12, 2013. I'm Christina Cook.
And I'm Courtney Addison. Thanks for joining us this evening. Well, do you feel like Troy's campus is safe enough? The Student Government Association is looking for student feedback in order to make Troy a safer campus. The SGA is sponsoring a night walk tonight at 7:15, and students are invited to walk the campus with SGA senators and officers to point out areas that could be made safer. After the walk, the suggestions will be taken to Dean Reeves and the police department. The SGA wants students to take this opportunity to have their voices heard. SGA Senator Adam Anderson says it's important for students to give their feedback in order for Troy to grow.
We have a lot of students that live on campus, and we have a lot of residents that visit the campus, and safety is important to us as a student body as well as the community, and we're going to do everything that we can to help improve and just keep growing.
Once again, the night walk will start at 7:15, and any student who wishes to participate needs to meet in Trojan Center room 119 around 7:10.
Well, Troy University is commemorating the 50th anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s reply to the 8th Alabama clergyman who produced the documentary commonly known as The Letter from a Birmingham Jail. The Red Mountain Theater Company, along with 8 university faculty members and students, will host a reading performance tonight at 7 o'clock in the Trojan Center Theater. The event will last around 45 minutes. Admission is free, and all students are encouraged to attend. This performance is also a passport event for any students in a Troy 1101 class.
And Monday was Veterans Day, and many people took time out of their day to give a special thanks to those who have served. And tonight, Troy University is choosing to give back to the veterans in the Troy community in a very special way. The John M. Long School of Music and the Troy Symphony Band will salute the veterans tonight through music. The Veterans Day concert will start tonight at 7 o'clock in Claudia Crosby, but there will also be a special guest. The Troy University Concert Choral will also be performing a piece during the show. And once again, the Veterans Day concert is tonight at 7 o'clock in the Claudia Crosby Theater. Admission is free, and the performance is open to the public.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Hallieville, authorities say a 16-year-old boy is charged as an adult in the death of his mother and for stabbing his father. Marion County Sheriff Kevin Williams says authorities were dispatched to a mobile home Sunday and found the teen's mother dead in a hallway.
And in Vestavia Hills, 6 people had to be rescued after becoming stranded during a canoe trip. Police say 3 adults and 3 children were canoeing on the Cahaba River yesterday afternoon when it began to get too dark to find their way back. Officials say it took almost 3 hours to find the group, and no one was injured.
And out of note, then, state higher education officials say the state has seen an increase in the number of international students coming to Alabama. Statistics show that more than 2,800 international students were enrolled in college classes in Alabama in 2011, which is the most recent year for which statistics are available.
And still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, for the first time in over a decade, both Trojan basketball teams scored over 100 points in the same day. Mitchell Spoon will have a recap of last night's basketball games and more when he joins us with sports. Now Mitchell Spoon joins us with sports. So Mitchell, there was no football in action this past weekend, but the Trojan fans still really got to get their taste of sports for the long weekend, and the basketball teams really got things kick-started off the right way.
That's right. They started Veterans Day off on the right foot with a couple of victories in Trojan Arena, but I'll let you know how they did right now in sports. The Trojan men's basketball team kicked off the Phil Cunningham era in Trojan Arena last night with the routing of LaGrange College. Daniel Percival was there to catch all the action.
The Trojan men's basketball team picked up the first win of the Phil Cunningham era Monday night with a convincing 102-69 defeat of LaGrange College. The Panthers scored first, but that was the only lead they held all night.
This was a game that we scheduled with a purpose. We knew we were opening up at Ole Miss, and then 6 days later had to go to UAB. And if you look at our non-conference schedule, those are two of the toughest games in our entire non-conference schedule. So we wanted to get a game sandwiched in between there where we felt like we had a good chance to win.
Troy led by 32 at the break and by as many as 37 in the game, holding LaGrange to only 27 points through the first 30 minutes.
In the first half, we did what we were supposed to do. You know, we held them to 21% shooting, although we gave up too many offensive rebounds, 9 offensive rebounds. We did what we were supposed to do. Shot 61% from the field, got good high percentage shots, played fast, played efficient.
Hunter Williams led all scorers with a career-high 26 points and 8 rebounds, including 19 points in the first half.
Ole Miss did a good job on him, and he was 1 for 7 Friday night. And we talked to his coaches before the game. We said we all had a consensus thought that Hunt would come out guns blazing, and he did.
Well, I was looking to be aggressive. I wasn't necessarily looking to score, but it just turned out I was hitting tonight. Actually, I missed my first 3, and then saw a couple go in and started to feel better about it after that.
Though the Trojans had an impressive offensive showing, Cunningham knows his team needs to improve in night, but used a 20-4 run to close out the game, winning against Florida A&M 100-88 to move to 2-0 for the first time under head coach Shanda Rigby.
This was another one of those pivotal moments in our program, trying to rebuild and turn it around, because it was a very hard-fought game. There were many times it looked like the other team had it, and not one single player we had, anybody we put in, nobody gave up. Everybody kept fighting, which put the last 5 that were on the floor that put the game away, put them in position to win it.
The teams were tied with just under 5 minutes remaining in the game, but Troy held the Rattlers to only 1 field goal in the final 5.5 minutes of the game, and that was thanks to a change in strategy.
In the second half, at one point, we finally changed our defense. We changed it twice at the end. We had been in a man-to-man the whole game. It kept us close with them, but I didn't think we were going to win with it. We changed defenses twice, and so when we came down and changed defense and we saw them take a step back, I thought the coach was going to call a timeout. They didn't really know what to do with it. I knew then we needed to step on them and get urgent, and it was time to make a run.
All 5 of Troy's starters scored in double figures, with Joanna Harden and Ashley Beverly Kelly both topping 20 points. With the fast-paced system the Trojans run, the key to success is confidence.
As a shooter, that's what you have to believe. Like, every time you shoot it, it's going to go in. Because if you don't think that, you're not going to shoot it with confidence. And that's what I learned. The coach has been helping me in practice. They just tell me to shoot it. So that's what I do, just shoot it.
It's just the faith and belief we got to have that when it hits somebody's hands that's open, we don't want to pass it for the next shot. We want to take the first shot.
The Trojans reached the century mark for the 2nd time under Rigby, but this season, the team has added motivation for reaching 100 points.
We have an agreement. When we hit 100 points, I have a dance. So, you know, that's our 100-point dance. Every time we hit 100 points, they like to see the moves I've been working on that week. So, but the game was so tight at that point, I really couldn't cut loose like I wanted to, but anyway, next time.
Danielle Percival, Troy, TrojanVision Sports.
The women will return to the court on Friday when they take on Tennessee State. And Saturday night, the Trojan volleyball team celebrated senior night as they had their last home game of the regular season. Amy Austin shows us it was a tough matchup for the Trojans, but they came out victorious.
Heading into the final home game of regular season, the Troy volleyball team finished strong on senior night. Saturday night, the team had a tough 5-set match against UT Arlington. After 3 sets, Troy was trailing 2-1, but came back strong in the 4th and 5th sets to claim a home victory for their seniors.
It came down to making plays, and in the end, our seniors came through. All of our players really were fighting for them to try to get a win at home, and it was really nice to see the last couple nights starting to get back to where I thought we'd be at the beginning of the season, and I'm really, really proud of what they've accomplished tonight.
After falling behind 2-1 in the first 3 sets, Troy came in strong in the 4th match to take a 20-10 lead and then tied the Mavericks at 2-2, demanding a 5th set. Although UT Arlington took the lead early on in the final match, Troy came back to win 15-13, but as head coach Sonny Kirkpatrick tells us, 5-set matches are nothing new for his team.
We should be used to close matches by now. I told them the other night that 10 of our losses were by total of 40 or 38 points. So if you have a 4-game match, that's 1 point per game. If we score one more, right now we'd be 21-9, but we're not. So, we're used to the close games. I think that helped us a little bit.
Alexandra Alexander and Courtney Cohen were the 2 seniors recognized before the game. Alexander had a double-double with 45 assists and 15 digs, while Cohen recorded a match-high 31 digs, the 630-plus dig performance of her career. Kirkpatrick said that these girls contributed a lot to his team and fought hard throughout their 4 years at Troy.
Everyone left some plays out there, but when we really needed critical stops and critical plays, they really came through and did their job and what they worked for 4 years.
Amy Alston, Troy, TrojanVision Sports.
The team will be on the road Friday to take on Georgia State in another conference matchup. And the Troy baseball team released its 2014 schedule earlier today. The Trojans will play 31 games at Riddle Pace Field, beginning with the 6-game homestand to start off the season. Troy will also play 10 games against NCAA regional teams from a year ago. But one unique game sets itself apart from the rest. Midway through the season, the Trojans will travel to Pensacola, Florida to battle the Crimson Tide of Alabama at the brand new Pensacola Bayfront Stadium. The first game of the season comes against Northern Kentucky on February 14th, and conference play will start off on March 14th against South Alabama. So, Courtney, Christina, congratulations to both the men and women's basketball teams for getting the season started off on the right foot in Trojan Arena. And, of course, hopefully the baseball team with this schedule out can get as many victories as they did last season, if not more.
That's exactly right. And hopefully the basketball team can keep it up and we'll get to see more of a Coach Rigsby's little dance.
Right.
Oh, that was
I
amazing.
liked it.
Me
Right?
too. Thanks, Mitchell.
Thank you.